Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities that have the same units. Well, what are units? Let's say that you're saying, for example, 3 feet, 12 cents, or even $8, or even when you're saying 9 cars. So these guys here are the units. So that's what they call the units. Because if I were just to say 3, this wouldn't make sense really without the units. I need to know what I'm talking about. 3 feet, 12 cents, $8, 9 cars. So these are the guys that they call the units. So ratio is a comparison of two quantities that have the same units. So let's take an example. Let's say that you're talking about a board and you're talking about the length of the board. So imagine that you have one board and the length of it is 6 feet. And you have another board and the length of it is 3 feet. So this one is the longer board and this one is the smaller one, the shorter one. Now, first of all, you can realize that we have the same unit here. So the fact that we have the same unit, we can talk about ratio because ratio is a comparison of two quantities, the longer board and the smaller board, that have the same units, which is feet here. Now let's say that they ask you to write the ratio of longer board to smaller board. Now because of that word to here, and the way to write ratios, there's three ways to write ratio. You can write it as a fraction. You can write it by using a column, or you can write it by using the word to. So let's look at that problem. They want you to write the ratio of this here, of longer to smaller board. So longer board is 6 feet. 2, which is the division, because we can write it as a fraction, smaller board, which is 3 feet. Now again, whenever you dealing with a problem, and if you can simplify, it is again advised to simplify. Here I can simplify by 3. So that means I can divide the top number by 3 and the bottom number by 3 as well. So 6 divided by 3 gives me 2 feet here. And 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. And the same thing can be done with the column here. So the column would look like 6 feet to 3 feet like this. Or if we simplify, 2 feet to 1. And the word 2, we can say 6 feet to 3 feet, or 2 feet to 1 foot. Now, what does it really mean? So imagine all it's saying is for every feet of a smaller board, you have 2 feet of the longer one. So let's think about it. Let's visualize this. Imagine that you have a board like this. This is the small one. And this is the longer one. So let's say that we divided this into 3 equal parts here. 1, 1, 2, 3. And this we would have to divide it as well into 3 equal parts, and I'll show you why. 1, 2, 3. So for every feet of the smaller board, remember the ratio was 2 to 1. So for every feet of the smaller board, we have 2 feet of the longer board. For another foot here, we have another 2 feet. And for another foot here, we have another 2 feet. So that's the reason why for 3 feet, because this is 3 here if you add it. So for 3 feet of a smaller board, you have 6 feet of the longer board. So that's all it means. For every 1 feet, you have a 2 feet longer board. For every 1 foot of the smaller board, you have 2 feet of this longer board. So let's look at another example here. So let's say that they ask you to write the comparison $6 to $8 as a ratio and simplest form using a fraction, a colon, and the word to. Well, first of all, the reason why they said ratio is because we have the same unit here. So they're talking about dollars here. And they're talking about dollars. So imagine that we're working, I'm making $6 every hour and you're making $8 every hour. So all it means is for every $6 that I make, you're making $8. That's all it means. So if I made another $6 and gave me $12, that means you're already up to $16. All you have to do is keep adding. And we can keep going. If I made $18, I'm pretty sure by now you have $24. So all I did is I was adding 8 on this side. And all I did is I was adding 6 to this side. So if I made $18, I guarantee you probably made $24. But let's do the problem. They want us to write the ratio here in simplest form using a fraction, a colon, and the word 2. First, let's use a fraction. All it means is $6 to $8. So $6 to, so that's a division line because we want to write it as a fraction first, $8. Again, whenever you can simplify a fraction, make sure you simplify it. So here I can divide it by 2, top and bottom by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that means every time I make $3, you made $4. And the other way we can write it is using a column. So $6 to $8. Again, simplify. If we simplify, we have $3 to $4, or just 3 to 4. And then the third way is by using the word 2. So $6 to $8. Simplify, just like we did here. $3 to $4, or just 3 to 4. So that's what a ratio is about. We're comparing two quantities of the same units. Thanks for watching and make sure you practice. Bye.